JY's back with another reaction video. This is going to be a nice long one. Going to be kicking some ass in this video. You know how man does. If you can't complete, you ain't got the time to watch the entire video, just leave it and come back to it. You don't want to miss nothing. Yeah, there's some hidden gems. Yeah? But let's get into this one. Obviously, man's reacted to a cost of living video, as I always do.
It had loads of envelopes involved, loads of paper involved, loads of typing involved, loads of words involved, loads of, did I say money already?
I felt trapped in my flat sometimes, really, because you didn't want to open the windows, fear of bailiffs getting in. You didn't want to answer the door. Certainly wasn't looking at the mail.
So you're ducking the bailiffs, you don't want to answer the door, you don't want to look at the mail. I think like some people feel like the way to get rid of their problems is just to pretend they don't exist or to bury their head in the sand. But your problems and your bills are still going to be there. See, this is the problem. People don't attack the problem, they just try and run away from it. This is what is wrong with the black community. We'll blame the police, we'll blame the government, we'll blame everybody else apart from ourselves. If we just thought to ourselves, you know what, yeah? Let's work on fixing us as an individual, yeah? Let's work on fixing ourselves. Literally, I'm going to look in the mirror and I'm going to fix that person first before I think about fixing other people. 95% of the black community, problem solved. But we don't want to take accountability. What we want to do is we want to run around and blame and fix other people's problems instead of looking at our fucking selves. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, you know, the rise in energy costs and the rise of cost of living, and that is the reason why I'm poor. No, you're poor because you ain't putting the fucking work, blood. Dumb.
Carer, rent, TV. So all that money and nothing for food.
They'll set a date for possession. After that date, and you will then receive a notice of eviction.
I've just let them down. It's the parents' place to make sure they're all safe and have a roof over their head, and I've just gone to work and I've tried my best, yes I have, but it's just not been good enough.
Bust.
For the last year, we followed 3 families who, like so many others, were struggling with money. As the government poured billions in to save the bankers, people who were already hard up found there was little practical help on offer for them.
And she screamed a horrible howling scream.
Tracy and Melvin bought their council house in Derby in 2004. At the time, a mortgage was less than the rent, but since then, interest rates have almost doubled.
When we first took it out, it was about £300. It's now 400 and something pound.
When you're trying to work,
400 and something pounds, that's nothing. Blood, I paid 450 for my mortgage and I'm paying it on my own. I don't have a partner that I'm going halves with. I don't have some fucking lodger here. And there's 2 of them and they're of age. This is what I'm saying, blood. This is what I'm saying. Like, these people are on a fucking jolt team, blood. How can you have someone who's young enough to be their son doing better than them on his own, on his jacks, blood? Don't make no sense, blood. They're on a jolt team, fam.
out a budget, you work it out, don't you? And then something goes up, petrol goes up, now food's going up, mortgage rates will go up, everything goes up at the same time.
You have to juggle, don't you?
And there comes a point where you think, I can't just juggle anymore.
No to juggle with.
No to juggle with, yeah.
Petrol's at £160 a month.
Like I
anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
At one point, we didn't have to look at what we brought for shopping, but now we have to really shop, don't we? We don't just go willy-nilly to the easiest.
Buy the value stuff.
Yeah, you can cut down on your food when you look at it.
Feed the family for a £5.
Yeah,
I did that the other week. Last week.
you did. Are you getting the knives and forks?
1, 2, 3.
This was probably about £11, £12, but it's only a simple meal, isn't it? Just a basic. They just kept putting the limits up, so then when we did feel that we hadn't got quite enough money, we'd got plenty of money to spend on the credit cards, and we didn't think it through, did we? So we would go off to shops and think, oh, well, we'll do a shop on the credit card this week because, you know, we've got to feed them. Just gets out of control so easily. When you're a bit short and somebody phones you up and say, oh, you can top your loan up, that's what it was, wasn't it? Top your loan up.
Yeah, they was on about getting it into one loan so we'd make one payment, didn't we?
To minimise the interest they were paying on their credit cards, the couple were advised to take out a loan secured against the house to pay off all their cards.
These are the original ones when we first took.
Someone advised them to take out a loan to put against their house so they can pay off all their loans. Blood, that is the beginning of the end, you know. Boy, you're skating on thin ice, you know, when you do that. Yeah, you're playing with fire, blood. Because if things go bad and you can't afford to pay back the cards and that loan and that, well, guess what? Your yard is gone, fam.
City Finance. 19,000. And that one's for 10,000. And then somehow it got to how it is now. Total of 44,000.
How'd you get in £44,000 worth of debt? Yeah, I'll be in £44,000 worth of debt. Yeah, mortgages and some kind of loan that's going to benefit me, not running up credit card bills and all of this foolishness for a car and holidays and that.
You need a new box.
We're struggling along to leave a house to a family, and then you think, well, the poor little mites are suffering now. Because when you're not happy, they're not happy. Children can see that straight through that, can't they, Melvin?
Yeah.
Well, they're witnessing this arguing, and you start taking it out on each other. I can't deal with your...
Oh, why don't you just F off?
Yeah, like...
No, I'm not effing off, you can F off.
Only the other day. But I keep saying...
This man's sitting cross-legged.
It doesn't matter, does it? At least, if there's two of us against the world and then going along by yourself, it must be horrendous.
Hey, I'm by myself and I'm getting along just fine. I sleep good at night, trust me. You hear the ice cream van in the background. I bet they can't even afford an ice cream to a blood clot.
Tracy manages a restaurant and Melvin is a car mechanic by trade. But when little Jack fell ill, Melvin had to stop work to look after him.
I got arthritis.
Wait, hold on a minute. Why is the man staying at home to look after the pitney? See, now you're starting to see the gender roles getting reversed and that, yeah? You got two parents working in that. You got a man who's a mechanic and a woman, I think they say a restaurant manager and that. That's how you know she wears the trousers in a relationship. That's how you know the gender roles are reversed. When he is being told or even offers to stay at home and look after the child and fulfill the role of a fucking woman. She's definitely wearing the trousers and that. Look, my man's even sitting cross-legged like a gal. Look at it.
Why don't you just
Watch it.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Effing off, you can F off.
I mean,
Look, man sitting cross-legged like a fucking gal. No wonder why she told his bomber clerk to stay at home.
but I keep saying, if we got each other, it doesn't matter, does it? At least if there's two of us against the world and then going along by yourself, it must be horrendous.
She should have been fucking staying at home. And he's the man. He's supposed to go out to fucking work, blood. Stay at home, some little fucking bitch, blood.
Tracy manages a restaurant and Melvin is a car mechanic by trade. But when little Jack fell ill, Melvin had to...
And you know what? I don't give a fuck. Yeah, someone might say, or someone might be thinking, oh, well, if she earns more, then, you know, obviously, if you earn less, then you should be the one to... Blood, your woman should not fucking earn more than you, blood. I'm not saying it's a competition and that. Man, I'm not competing with my gal, yeah? There is no competition, blood. Like, nah, I just feel like, again, it's not even a competition thing, like, where, you must, but it should just come natural. You get me? You should just be earning more than your gal. I'm not saying look for a girl that earns less than you. Because for me, even if I was with a gal that earns more than me, it wouldn't fucking matter anyway. Yeah? Even if I could be with a gal that earns less than me, it don't matter. Their lifestyle will supersede and exceed mine anyway. Put it this way. I earn like 60 grand a year. I live like I earn 20. So even if I was dating a gal that earns 30 and I earn 60, her lifestyle will look like she earns more than me. Because I don't have no lifestyle. But man, I'm not saying that man for fine gal that earn less than them. Like, oh, don't you dare date a gal that earns the same amount as you or more than you. But naturally, it should just be natural. You get me? That your woman earns less than you. Or you earn more than her. Yeah, because like I said, we're not going out looking for women that earn less than us. But we should be earning more than the woman. So how can a woman really look up to a man that, you know, has to be told or volunteers to stay at home and she earns more than him, if that is the case? She might not even earn more than him. Just because she's a restaurant manager, that don't mean she earns more than him. He's a car mechanic. He should earn way more than her. But he's an idiot. He's not wearing the trousers in a relationship. So that's why he's fulfilling the role of a female.
Stop work to look after him.
I got arthritis in my knee and my ankle.
Are you ready?
It's like a heart in my knee, beating all the time. I couldn't walk up the stairs. My leg just kept giving way and I fell downstairs once with all the CDs.
Without Melvin's income, and with the credit card consolidation loan secured against the house, the family is now in real danger of losing their home.
So you feel like you're letting the kids down for a starter. Sometimes you feel like a criminal because you've got in so much debt. You feel like people are judging you.
If you could just get it out of your head for a few hours, but you don't switch off.
I just get like churning in my stomach and butterflies and I just don't feel hungry. Just can't be bothered to eat, just feed everybody else and that's it.
He's a broken man.
You can't wait to get to sleep at night so that you ain't got no worries. Sometimes you don't want to wake up in the morning.
You sound like a jail nigga. When you're broke, when you're not doing well for yourself, you are a prisoner in your own body, you know. Or at least a prisoner in your own fucking house, blood. These are the dramas of being broke. These are the dramas of not going through pain and stress and making sacrifice in your youth so when you're older, life is easier. Look at him, he looks like he wants to cry, blood.
It's 6 o'clock on Thursday, the 7th of February. Good morning. Sleepless nights, worrying about money problems, something more and more of us are experiencing, according to citizens' advice experts.
Now, debt is our number one problem. 1.7 million debt problems were handled by CABs last year.
Maria is a social worker in London, but she's currently on maternity leave after the birth of her second daughter, Angel. Maria's come to CAB because she's finding it hard to cover the expenses that come with a new baby.
I'm not on income support. I'm on a maternity allowance. That doesn't allow you to apply for any other benefit apart from maternity allowance. That's it.
I did check that out for you, but you fell into a little hole there.
So where's the baby father? Where is the baby father?
Didn't I? I fell into lots of holes, right, I tell you. Oh, I did. But I'm going to dig myself out. Yeah. No, I think so.
Maria had been living with Angel's father for several years before they both agreed to have a baby. But once Maria was pregnant, the relationship broke down. Having lost her partner's income and now managing only on maternity pay until she goes back to work, Maria's debts have started to spiral.
There's a student loan, there's a loan from the bank, and I also bought a car. That was a HP agreement.
That's always the way. In each of these cases where people are in some kind of credit card or financial debt, there's always a card that's being taken out on some kind of HP finance credit, blood. All the fucking time, 90% of instances, I'm telling you, there's always a cure. So textbook, blood.
It's taking half of our income, which is ridiculous. I would tell anybody doing anything like that, get it sorted, get rid of it. So the car has to go. But it's something that I'm yet to tell my oldest daughter, because I don't know what she's going to be like when I tell her. Because I am hiding it from her. But for me, I'd like to see it as keeping the adult stresses as the adult stresses and letting her be free to be the 9-year-old that she is. So how come you got so much of your lunch left, babe?
Didn't feel hungry.
Didn't feel hungry? Did you have a particularly big breakfast? I don't think you did.
No.
Okay.
Those are homes up here, like, for sale.
We'd love one, wouldn't we, Cam? Nice big house. That big one on the corner.
Yeah.
I've got my handbag, Cam. Hold on.
Once Maria fell behind with repayments on the various debts she had previously easily been able to afford, her creditors started to put on the pressure.
And that's when things became very stressful, having to do with all the creditors, the phone calls. And I'm just quite a typical person in not wanting to open the mail, not wanting to answer the phone. A little bit of sugar on these strawberries, right? Okay. No, I think I'll do it, actually.
Gotta make cutbacks, gotta save on that sugar. Times are hard.
So your phone's going first thing in the morning, even before you've gone to school. And I'm trying to hide a lot of this from my 8-year-old because she doesn't deserve to have that thrust upon her. I didn't think it was fair. It was my mess, not our mess.
So the bank gives you £100.
Yeah.
And you have to give them back £110.
Oh.
What do you think about that?
I would say, even though the £100 is a very good offer, but I have to give you £10 back, £10 more back. No, thank you. No.
I've got your yogurts order.
Good stuff.
But despite Maria's attempts to protect her daughter, Komaya knew that something was worrying her mum.
Yeah, children are not stupid. People think that children don't understand at the age of 6, 7, 8, 9 and that. They fucking do.
Sometimes you can just feel, like your sense can feel that your mum or your dad is really worried.
Did you hear that? She said she can feel she can sense that her mum or dad is feeling worried. Just because children aren't educated, I don't mean they're stupid.
You know, you just wonder how you're going to find a solution, especially if you've spoken to all the agencies. And they can't help. It's quite lonely, quite frightening.
With her creditors becoming increasingly impatient, Maria needs to find a solution soon.
Boy, that place there looks rough, boy. The fuck is that?
If you thought your gas bill had already gone up a lot,
No,
then
that must
steel
be
yourself for this. Industry
South
experts
London.
reckon gas bills will go up by another 43% over the next year, and electricity by 21%. On average, that
Concrete
works
jungle,
out at
boy.
£360 extra per home.
On the other side of London from Maria lives Michael. For most of his life, he's been a professional chef, working in top hotels like the Dorchester and the Savoy. At 64,
Let's peel that back. Hold on.
Thought your gas bill had already gone up a lot? Then steel yourself for this. Industry experts reckon gas bills will go up by another 43% over the next year, and electricity by 21%. On average, that works out at £360 extra per home.
Where is that? Anyway.
Thought your gas bill had already gone up a lot? Then steel yourself for this. Industry experts reckon gas bills will go up by another 43% over the next year, and electricity by 21%. On average, that works out at £360 extra per home.
on the other side of London from Maria lives Michael. For most of his life, he's been a professional chef, working in top hotels like the Dorchester and the Savoy. At 64, he's now retired due to ill health and needs a carer, Maggie, to look after him for several hours a day.
Be careful, you might get them clean. You get us a bad name.
The man said, be careful, you might get them clean, you know.
But he's proud that throughout his working life, he was never in debt.
Congratulations. But not ever being in debt ain't such a good thing, because there's two types of debt. There's good debt and bad debt. Yeah, you don't want to be in credit card debt and car loan and holiday debt, no. But you want to be in good debt, i.e. multiple properties, multiple mortgages and that. But the consumer mindset, or at least the poor man mindset is, don't ever get into debt. And if you do get into any kind of debt, like mortgage debt, pay off the property or try to buy a property outright. That is fucking stupid. That's how poor people think. Don't ever get into debt. Yeah, don't get into bad debt, credit cards, car finance, all that nonsense and that. But you should want to get into good debt, properties, mortgages, yeah? Stuff that will bring you a return.
I don't think anybody had such a thing as credit when I was a kid. You bought what you could afford. If something was 10 quid and you were earning £1.76 a week, it took you 5 weeks to get there. If a bottle of milk was fourpence and you had threepence, look, you have to wait till tomorrow.
Do you want the eggs on top of your bread, Mike?
This little room here is my little world now. Between the microwave and the cooker and that silly little oven, we live quite well, as long as we don't spend any money.
Things changed for Michael 7 years ago, when out of the blue he suffered a heart attack.
I went to the doctors with a bad cough, and while I was in the doctors, I coughed and I went over like a ton of bricks, and I ain't been right since. I don't like going doctor, because every time I got there, she said I'd send you to the hospital. When I got to the hospital, they found something else wrong. Strokes, and then you got the heart attack, and then you had pulmonary something or other. I ended up on all these machines of puffing and panting for me. Got to stop for a bit.
No problem, sorry.
And throat's going. I keep drinking, my voice just disappeared.
In 2003, Michael was offered a loan to make some improvements to his housing association flat, but in common with around 1 million other pensioners in the UK, he's fallen behind with repayments and is now struggling with his debts.
We know that your contractual repayment has not been made. The total amount now outstanding is £419. We will consider cases of financial difficulty sympathetically and positively.
Sure. And
we'll do all we can to help you overcome any problems.
Yeah, I bet they do. So everything, I just keep sending it to you.
Everything. Just put it in the post.
Fiona, a caseworker from Blackfriars Advice Centre, has come to work out Michael's monthly budget, an essential step to getting a handle on his finances.
Your housekeeping, that's going to be £215 because you've got special needs, you've got special dietary needs.
I'm just thinking you've missed something off there.
Go on, what have I missed?
£242 a month.
£220 I've got for carers.
Well, it's £220.
The cost of Michael's care makes all the difference. At first his carers were supplied by the local authority, but because sometimes he would be sent different carers every day, Michael was advised to switch to claiming disability living allowance and employ his favourite carer, Maggie, directly.
Maggie's wages added up to £554 a month, and
Is
when
that
we
it?
actually got the payment through, it was 414. It turns out I have to pay the rest of it. The one thing they said would help us completely buried me.
Why is that?
It's costing me £88 more to live than I'm getting. And guess what? Nowhere you turn, nobody can do anything about it.
Every country in 2008, every government has one aim: to maintain stability through the world economic slowdown. Mr. Deputy Speaker, this year's budget is a responsible budget that will secure stability in these times of global economic uncertainty. And we will do everything in our power to maintain stability, making sure that everyone, no matter what their circumstances, can exploit their full potential.
Last year, the average household debt in the UK rose to over £60,000, the highest it's ever been. In Derby, Tracy and Melvin's mortgage and other loans total around £135,000. The struggle to cover repayments is taking its toll on Tracy, and she's taken sick leave from her job managing a restaurant.
Hold on a minute. So they're in about 45 grand in debt and £130,000 total, including the mortgage. So their mortgage is only about 90 something.
It can be very daunting going in and telling your doctor you don't know what's wrong with you. You just can't stop crying. And then when you start to tell him what's been going off the last 7 or 8 months, they just look at you as if to say, well, surely don't you realise you've been through so much?
Because the loans were secured against the house, Tracy and Melvin have now received letters from the finance company threatening to take them to court. They're up to date with payments on their main mortgage, so they're going to a local advice centre, Derbyshire Housing Aid, to find out exactly where they stand.
But on the first mortgage, you stayed on top of that one?
Yeah, we've not missed a payment.
That will obviously help with you, the showing that you've done them. Some people just think, well, I'm going to lose my house, I'll stop paying, and that. But
we nearly did, didn't we? We nearly thought, what's the point here?
Eventually, what it comes down to is that if you haven't got enough finances to meet the liability here, then unfortunately you're going to lose this item.
If the house repossessed, is it sold and then the mortgage is cleared and the loans are cleared, or is it they just take over the house and take what they want and we're left?
Well, they're obliged to sell the property for the best price that they can get. If there is any equity left in the property after everybody's had their bit, then that should be returned to you at some point.
I think it's sad, isn't it? Well, we've got to admit it, Mum, we can't carry on.
Yeah.
Well, which way do you want to go? You want to fight to keep the house, or shall we just...
Is the job a possibility?
Well, I could go back on the bins. You know, it's like agency work, you just go...
So, see what I mean? Remember at the beginning of this video, the woman was a restaurant manager, so let's assume she's still a restaurant manager. And the husband there, Mr. Melvin, whatever his name is, he was a mechanic. The little child fell sick. So he decided that it should be him that stays at home. All right, cool. So what has changed between then, when the little boy got sick, and now? Because now, as of right now, he's talking about, oh, I could go back on the bins. Blood, why did you not do that as soon as you decided to stay? Furthermore, why did you even stay at home in the first place? This is what should have happened. He should have remained a mechanic, made the fucking wife stay at home, and then get a stay-at-home job. You know, like a working from home job, working in a call center. Yeah, let's say, for example, she was earning 30 grand or 25 grand as a restaurant manager. Oh, now she's only earning 18 grand. But at least she's got time to look after the son, because the son don't need that much care. Yeah, he's only got arthritis in his leg. Yeah, sit down and watch fucking TV. The son don't need that much care. She could be at home and work in a call center at the same time. But these people don't think. The guys wait till the last fucking minute to get a Ross Clark job as a bin man. Why did he not do that in the first place? So I don't feel no remorse for these people. They're fucking stupid. First and foremost, you're a man, you're letting the woman run the relationship. You're a fucking idiot. For two, you're acting like the woman by staying at home. And for three, you're leaving it till the last minute to get a fucking job. Because there's been no change in circumstances and that. The boy is sick. He's going to be sick for a little while, whatever, innit? Yeah, okay, cool. That's the situation that we're in. But why did he not think to get a job as a bin man beforehand? Damn idiot. Damn fucking idiot. And he's supposed to be a mechanic. Do you know what a mechanic is? A problem solver, a fault finder. A man that comes up with solutions and that. Straight away. If that was his ethos and his approach to his work, he would have no fucking business. He'd be fired. If that was his approach to his job, oh yeah, we just wait until the last minute to find a solution for this problem. Miss Jones that brings her car in, that's fucked up and that. He would have no customers. Fucking dumbass, are you leaving it to the last minute? I don't feel no remorse. Then they can sleep out on the streets. Damn idiots.
You have to go down at 6 o'clock every morning.
You keep saying if you start work, but we still have money taken off us anyway, if you start work or not. We will.
So what? So what? So what? So what? So what? You're not going to work? What? Do you see what I mean? Like, man, let's run a video.
We won't be any better off. If we keep that house, we're just going to struggle and struggle and struggle for...
Blood. Let me tell you lot something right now, yeah? Let's say, for example, you're in a position, yeah, where you're struggling for bills, money is tight. Let's say, for example, if you're on benefits, your life is going to be the same as if you go to work. Go to fucking work. Because I'm telling you, when you go to work, you might meet someone that can give you a better job opportunity. You got to be in it to win it. If you stay at home, guess what's going to happen? Nothing. But just you getting off your ass every day and going to work, even if you're working for exactly the same money as you would being on benefits and that, something good will probably come from it. You will meet someone that said, you know what, yeah, there's this new job opportunity in that, you know. Like, yeah, I think you'll be good for it, just your personality or whatever, innit? Yeah, come on board, man. I've got a little something here for you. Do you think if you're sitting at home and someone knows that you've been at home unemployed for 2-3 years because you just think to yourself, you know what, what's the difference between working and being on benefits? It's the same. It's a difference of £50 and that. I'm going to stay at home. Do you think anyone's going to want to give you a fucking job? When you go out of your way, people will want to help you. I'll give you a quick little story. So, I came out of jail and that, and one of my things on my little list that I wrote down that I wanted to do when I came out of jail was find my sister. So, I wrote about this in my book. Go and check out the book. I wanted to find my sister. So, I was putting in mad effort in it, yeah? Not just some stupid little Facebook searches and that. I was contacting Jeans Reunited and that. I was trying to find different ways of finding my sister. I contacted Jeans Reunited and they basically said, what you need to do is, what information do you know about your sister right now? I said, I know her first name, I know what month she was born in and what year she was born in, but I don't know the date. So anyway, they said, all right, that's good enough, yeah? What you need to do is go in Jeans Reunited and search her name and the year that she was born and that, and it will come up with a match. It came up with a match for my sister. Her name is so distinctive that she's the only person probably with this name in the fucking country. So anyway, I searched her name, found out the town hall that she was born in, and then I got her birth certificate and I bought it. I went to the addresses on the birth certificate. I think there was 3 addresses. All of them, none of them she lived at and that. But basically, I had a family member who used to work in a certain establishment where she could get people's details and that. And just the fact that I bought my sister's birth certificate, I went to their addresses. This family member could have gotten a little bit of trouble for searching for details and that, because it's like, you know, public database and that. They still went out of their way to help me. Do you know why? If I was one of them idiots that, oh, I'm just going to try and find my sister by doing a little idiot Facebook search, do you think they would have helped me? But the fact that I was going out of my way to buy my sister's birth certificate, go down Stoke Newton, go down N1 Hoxton, go down to fucking E10 Leighton, that family member realised that, rah, this guy's actually going out of his way to try and find his sister. Do you know what? I'm going to go on the system and find his sister's address. Fucking my family member got me my sister's address. I went down to my sister's yard the same day I got the address and found my fucking sister. I didn't know who she was. I knew her name. I didn't know her. I didn't see my sister since I was 4 years old, until the age of 19, blood. All because I was making the effort. So the moral of the story is, if you make the effort, sometimes good things come. If you make the effort, people want to invest in you. People want to help you. No one's going to want to help someone that just thinks, you know what, yeah? The difference between me working and being on the benefits is £50, so you know, fuck it. You got to get your ass up, man, and make the effort, man.
Forever, don't we? I think it's possible.
What? Just to let it go?
Just let it go.
You got to stay and fight. Fight, man. You never know what could happen. You never know. If you stay and fight, a fucking 2 months later, some madness might happen where the government, like, we're scrapping all people's debts. You just don't know, fam. You just don't know.
And we'll do what we can with it. It's going to be a bit of a rough ride, but
yeah.
In London, Maria is not in danger of repossession because
Their mentality is, as soon as the going gets tough, put up the white flag, surrender. Nah, fucking fight, man. I told you, British people are weak, blood.
she doesn't own her flat, but she's been advised to consider the equally radical step of bankruptcy. She's going to talk over her options with her mother, who went through her own financial difficulties when Maria was a child.
I still have those memories of, you know, the electric and gas having to be cut off and put back on again and all that sort of stuff.
My child will never go through that bullshit.
It was very difficult times, I think, in the 70s for a new migrant family who'd bought their own home and had 5 children to deal with as well. It was just tough, and they'd done a really good job. You know, my father was never out of work. My mum held down 2 jobs often.
Hello. She's brown.
She is, isn't she? Hello. Hi, Aunt Madge. I'm alright.
Hello, hello.
What do you mean she's got darker, Mum?
Yeah.
Was she? Yeah. We were out in the garden yesterday. Bankruptcy is just a really big step to make. It's just, it is like a dirty word, isn't it? And it's also something not somebody like me would do.
It seems so drastic.
It is drastic,
It
Mum.
seems so drastic.
It is drastic.
Yeah.
It is drastic. I know you're really disappointed, aren't you? I know you are.
Yeah.
But you know what, Mum? I don't want to be frightened in my home or the prospect of, you know, my oldest one getting wind of our situation. Because I think at the moment she hasn't, but I don't know. I mean, no kids.
But I'm still
She has. Yeah, she fucking has, blood.
not comfortable, yeah?
Yeah.
Not comfortable at all.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll be going from month to month, you know, surviving till the next payday. And that's how life was for us.
Right.
You know, it's sort of going backwards, which is terrible. And it's no different to your mum and dad.
Which is not what you expected, right?
No.
Not what you come to England for.
No. Lord, we pray that you will bless us
as we eat this food. In the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
You hear of companies that have gone bankrupt and people that have squandered money.
But it's a big word for us, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is for me.
It's a big deal.
Doesn't come into my vocabulary. Doesn't come in.
I'd be in a lot more trouble if I didn't.
Do it.
Well, yeah, because they're going to have companies after me for years, aren't they?
So difficult.
But you trust me it's going to be all right?
Yeah.
You trust me?
Yeah. I know you feel good about it.
You know I'm going to pull through this one.
Did you see that? She said, do you trust me? Do you trust me? Do you trust me? She's not actually asking her mum if she trusts her. She's actually looking into the mirror. She's basically asking herself, is everything going to be okay? Yeah, really peel back the situation. Answer.
Doesn't come in.
I'd be in a lot more trouble if I didn't.
Do it.
Well, yeah, because they're going to have companies after me for years, aren't they?
So difficult.
But you trust me it's going to be all right?
Yeah.
You trust me?
She's so unsure. She has so much uncertainty in this situation. She's looking to her mum and asking her mum, but she's not really asking her mum. She's asking herself, is everything going to be okay? Do you trust me? Is everything going to be okay? She's not talking to her mum. She's talking to herself. I see through all the bullshit. I'm telling you, I'm fucking psychic out here, bro.
Yeah. I know you feel good about it.
She needs her mum to... She basically asking her mum, is everything going to be okay? Is everything going to be okay? She's waiting for her mum to say yeah. To help her spirits.
Pull through this one, don't you? You know I am. You know I always do.
Yeah, she's laughing because she knows it's bullshit. Kidding yourself.
It's 7 o'clock on Thursday, the 15th of May. The nice decade is over, says bank chief. Britain faces 2 years of economic pain and could sink into recession.
Michael's carer, Maggie, has returned to France, so he's now employing an old friend of his, Dennis. But his outgoings haven't changed, and like over half of those struggling with debt, he finds he just can't afford adequate food or heating.
It's the electric that kills me. I think we're up to about 700 quid in debt now.
Jesus.
I've had to disconnect my breathing machines.
Wow.
Can't afford to run them. You turn them on, it's like turning a immersion heater on. Sometimes I sit there looking at all them tablets and think, there's a shortcut here. No, I'm just getting to the point where I'm sick to death of not being able to eat a proper meal. I'm sick to death of not being able to buy a birthday card for somebody. And I'm getting really sick to death of having to find the cheapest whatever it is possible to buy.
Michael's debt advisor, Fiona, has suggested that he should consider going bankrupt. But in order to file for bankruptcy, he first has to find the court fees. His social worker has called him to talk through the options.
Yeah, well, I'll have to get £450, won't I? I'm not going in any sheltered accommodation. It's cost me thousands to do this up. You lot didn't pay for this. I did.
Doesn't look like it.
The patio, my garden. I know you want me to go in... Oh, Joe. No. I'll go bankrupt, hell with it. I'm certainly not moving out of my house. Shh. They must be bloody joking. I'm going to stick me in an old folks' home in one room and they sit in the same chair every day.
You're doing that.
Somebody dies and they move round one.
You're doing that now. The man can't even stand up properly. Did you see him when he was getting up? A man can't even stand up. So you're basically doing that right now anyway. What's the difference?
Oh, no.
In Derby, things are coming to a head. Tomorrow, Tracy and Melvin have to go to court over the loan they took out to pay off their credit cards. Although they've always paid their main mortgage on time and in full, with repossession threatened and Tracy now getting only statutory sick pay, she's wondering whether she could skip this month's payments.
We're going to get the house probably repossessed tomorrow. We might as well stop the mortgage before they take it, mightn't we? Because we're going to need it if we're trying to put a deposit together and things like that, aren't we?
Well, let me stop a direct debit, will they?
You think tomorrow's too late to stop it?
Yes, because it's the weekend. It'll come out. It won't come out Monday, will it?
No. I think as the court case has got closer and closer, it gets more and more stressful. At least after tomorrow, we'll know where we're going and what we're doing. Oh, just go, Melvin. No, just go. It's like when me and Melvin are arguing, I was thinking, oh, this could only happen to me. I could probably lose my house and my husband all in 1 week. I'll see you when I see you then.
Where'd you? Is it that door or that door? That's way out.
You feel guilty and you haven't done anything really, have you? It's a similar situation when the police are following you in a car, isn't it? You haven't done anything wrong, but you keep looking around you all the time.
Every black man knows that.
11th of July, that's the date for possession.
Yeah.
After that date, as I said, the lender can apply for a bailiff's warrant.
Right.
Now, if you found someone to sell to up to that date, then what you can do when you receive the notice of eviction is apply to suspend your eviction on the basis
that we're selling.
You're selling it.
Yeah.
Instead of granting repossession straight away, the judge has told Tracy and Melvin they should try to sell the house themselves to repay the loans. But she's given them just 6 weeks to find a buyer.
Six weeks is not a long time.
We still got each other. Just. Oh. Just. If only you were a bird, you could fly away.
You can't escape your problems.
Yes. Yes. Should we go into the office?
Maria has decided bankruptcy is her only option. She officially starts the process today.
Right, question 1. What is the petition? What on earth is that? Any property or possessions abroad? I'd love some.
On the other side of London, Michael has his debt advisor, Fiona, to help him fill in his bankruptcy petition.
Are you, or in the last 5 years, have you been involved in the management of a company?
No.
In the last year, have you been involved in proceedings for divorce?
No.
It just says motor vehicle. Do I just put yes? I knew that the interest rate of 39.9% was ridiculous. You don't look at, or I didn't look at, the full picture in terms of 39.9% over X amount of years means you're buying this little cheap car twice. Don't look at it in those terms.
You need to.
Property or sums due to you under a will?
No.
Any property of any value, paintings, furniture, jewellery?
Yes.
What have you got?
All this lot.
No, I'm not putting that down.
All my
That's something nice to look at.
They're Stephen Kennelly, them. They're all limited editions.
I'm filling out some documents. Listen, these are really important documents. You've got to write on them.
Wow, wasn't that a lot of money?
Oh, isn't it, Cam? We'd like some of that, wouldn't we? Hello, I've got a loan out with Halifax. They've sold it on. That's what she said. She didn't say it's gone to a debt collection agency. She said it's been sold on. So Halifax has already sold the debt. So Halifax has already been paid. They want accounts in the last 2 years. Doesn't matter what I close down, they want them all. It's 45,000 over. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So how do you rack up that amount of debt? This is my third attempt at completing the form. I think you'd have to be really good to do it all in one go. Oh, I can't cope anymore.
House price plunges worse since 1991. The average price is about £15,000 since October.
I didn't say it was going to be easy, that we'd put the house up and someone come along and just buy it. But unless you do it, you don't know.
Well, put it up for sale then, but what's the point of doing anything to it?
I'm not on about all of it. I'm just saying to tidy it up a bit.
Yeah, get some paint then.
You don't think it'll sell?
How can it?
Well, we might be just lucky, eh? You never know. A luck's got to change at some point, hasn't it? There's no harm in trying, is there?
No, just get it on the market then. There's no point doing it all up though, is there?
Not all up, just make it like a facelift sort of thing.
Well, now we're supposed to do that. Can't even afford to fix my bike up.
Yeah, but you going on about that bike, what is the point of fixing that bike
So
up?
I can get
Oh, yeah, of course. To get where? To go where?
On the bins.
Oh, right. So suddenly we're going down the bins, are we?
Yeah.
Suddenly we're doing stuff, are we? Oh, right. I think we need to get your priorities right.
Oh my God. I swear to God, I swear on my mum's life. I was just going to say this guy, you know when you're just a split second too slow. I was just going to say this guy needs to get his priorities straight. You know a man has got his priorities fucked up when he's actually a qualified mechanic, but then he wants to work as a bin man. That's like me as an electrician going to do removals, which is going to pay me less. Now, as a qualified electrician, I don't know, like 300 and something pound a day. Yeah, if someone wanted to pay me £600 to be an Amazon delivery driver, you damn right I'll do that. There's more money in that. But there's no way a man's going to pay me to be a removal driver or a removal man or Amazon driver for £150 a day. No. The guy ain't got his priority straight. That's why he's fucking sitting at home looking after the pitney when his wife should be there doing a job working from home, and he's out bringing home the bread because you're the fucking man. Yeah. When you take on a family, when you want to bust nuts in women and that's what comes with the responsibility. Yeah. That's the responsibility you take on. Yeah. You're gonna have to step up and be the man and grind and work. Yeah. At the end of the day, men and women we're not equal, yeah? So unfortunately, us men, we're going to have it harder than women, yeah?
I really do think you need to get it right.
Dickhead.
And you're on about getting the job, right? You've said that for how long? And how many jobs have you tried for?
None, because you keep saying I can't get one.
What? That's what I'm saying. Certain man are pussies. So what if someone said you can't get a job? Man, the fuck up, blood. This shit is... You can't make this shit up, man. It's ridiculous.
After days of form filling, Maria is going back to the CAB. Her advisor, Adio, will check over her petition before she files for bankruptcy.
Beer Tipex.
I mean, the incredible guilt that this form brings up when you actually have to write down all your creditors. And the figure at the end is quite alarming, to be truthful.
One debt that particularly concerns Adio is Maria's council tax.
So what's the situation with that anyway?
It's been paid by my parent or by my mother.
Really?
I now pay my mother back at a rate of £30 a month. Until I get to work, obviously, once I go to work and I earn more, different money, I'll be paying her more, but I pay her back. It was nearly £700.
That would be. Now, this is list of your unsecured creditors.
Aren't they a lovely list? It goes on as well.
We do hold list of your creditor list on our record. We could have easily printed that out. Anyway, it's not done.
It's a pity because if you'd have said that before when we ordered the form, because that was a nightmare. This was an absolute.
I could imagine.
It's a difficult process. Period. I think the main thing that makes it difficult for me is kind of, careful, darling, is kind of the guilt that I carry for being in this situation. So logically, I know how I arrived here, but it still feels like I'm at fault somehow. And all this digging up all the stuff kind of confirms that. It feels like punishment.
Oh God, parking ticket. Peak. It's about £70.
To go to the High Court to file for bankruptcy, I need to have a minimum of £400 in my pocket.
And how does the parking fine fit in there?
Oh my God, I don't know what.
So now you got £330 to your pocket.
It doesn't, does it? Not with 370 quid needed for bankruptcy fees, yet to be found.
It's 6 o'clock on Tuesday the 1st of July. Good morning. House prices continue to fall. In fact, there's more evidence of a really significant correction occurring in the housing market. The latest figures show the annual drop would be 16%.
We're looking at 95, I should imagine. Realistically, I think.
£95,000 would have been just enough to clear the debts secured against the property. But with only 6 weeks to make a sale in a falling market, Tracy and Melvin have been advised to offer the house for just £82,000.
Should go upstairs and mend the garden afterwards?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Even if they do sell it at that price, they too will probably have to go bankrupt to clear the rest of their debts.
You know that couple, are they buying this house?
I don't know.
They might be.
They might be. They're going to see how much it's cost to put it to how they want it. It's strange having somebody else in the house making plans about your house and you stood there. Some of the things they were saying we were going to do anyway. It's like the doors. We were going to change the doors anyway. That's the hard part, people walking around.
Did you see that door, blood? So, boy, she got some angry kids, oh boy. There's someone angry in that yard there.
About your house and you stood there. Some of the
what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
Things they were saying we were going to do anyway. It's like the door.
Please do not tell me any of the doors in your house look like that. To be fair, I've got one door upstairs. It don't look like that. It don't look like that. None of the doors upstairs. Yeah. Hey, I'm a modest man. Yeah. All the doors upstairs in my bedroom, and none of them have handles because I was painting the doors and I took them off, and it's been like that for like almost 2 years and that. But none of my doors, none of my Rouse Clark doors look like that. Yeah. Once my door is shut, you can't see into the Rouse Clark room unless you look through the hole where the door handle would be.
We were going to change the doors anyway. That's the hard part, people walking around and making comments. I mean, I know it's not a palace, but it is my home. Oh, the decoration in here is a bit... Oh no, I don't like the colour. It's a nice colour, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much again. Yeah.
We've got to take whatever else they offer us. We haven't got a choice, Brett, of where we're going. And it might be that they offer us a house now there.
14-year-old Brett is unhappy at the prospect of leaving the family home.
I'm just trying to keep us all together, Brett. And sometimes it's very hard. And sometimes, yeah, I do work long hours because I've tried to get a home for us. Like when we move house, we'll all be better off financially. And I will be able to do your things and sort you out. I just need you to be patient for the next couple of months, that's all. Even I couple nan on sometimes, you know. But you are clever and you can do anything and you can achieve what you want to do. You don't want to end up like me, do you?
To take some of your own fucking advice.
The government's going to try, it says, to reduce the number of home repossessions. Yvette Cooper is Chief Secretary to the Treasury and joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning, Jim.
What can you do to ease the repossession problem?
Today,
did you hear the struggle? Oh my god. Oh my god. My man had to 1, 2. Fucking hell. That's when you know your health is bad,
Chief
boy.
Secretary to the Treasury and joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning, Jim.
What can you do to ease the repossession problem?
Today, Michael files for bankruptcy. He has to do this in person at the Law Courts of Justice,
God.
so he's leaving his flat for the first time this year.
The
I'm
amount
such
of
an awkward bugger that I'll probably...
energy that it took to just sit up, boy. And my man's talking about not wanting to be bound to one room. Blood, you can't even leave the room. If a fire ever break out in that yard, he is fucked, blood.
Get to the court and drop dead. So they don't get the cheque back as well. Now you know what it's like to travel USP.
Listen, I'm not too far from home. If you need me, I can come back to school and pick you up, alright, sweetheart? But Mummy needs your help this morning. I need you to go off and have a really good day because nothing bad's happening here. Alright, honey? Love you, Mum.
Why would you tell your daughter, I need you to have a good day, nothing bad is happening? Why would you need to say that? That's how you know something bad is happening. I had a guy try to come and view a room and he said to me, he texted me saying, yeah, I'm interested in the room. I'm not a bad tenant. I'm a good tenant. I'm a good guy and that. Blood, no one asked you if you was good or bad. Yeah? You should just assume that I assume that you're a decent person. See, now you're making me think that there's something wrong with you. That's like a man going out on a date with a girl. Imagine a girl meets a guy on a dating app on Tinder. They organise to go to a restaurant, Wagamamas. And on the date, the guy says, I'm not a rapist. Yeah? I'm a nice guy. I don't beat up women. I don't cheat. Hold on a minute. Who the fuck even said that? Who asked you that? Just coming out with this stuff. So right then and there, she's gonna make the child think that there's something bad going on. People are so stupid, man.
I just feel a bit sort of sad, really, in a way that everything's had to come to this. But there's no other avenue to take. You know, it's really big stuff as far as I'm concerned. This is really something that I never thought I'd have to do. Still feels a bit scary, actually.
I'm going for a joyride before you take me in.
Tracy and Melvin are also going to court. They've accepted an offer of $75,000 for their house, so they're asking the judge to postpone repossession and let the sale go through.
They initially said that they was going to sell the price for 95. Then they was talking about something about 82. Now they accepted 75. Jesus Christ.
But unless Tracy can prove she's on statutory sick pay, this process will incur court fees that the family simply can't afford.
I've had to sign a form to say that I'll take another wage slip in May's. We've got June's, we've got July's. Well, that's all right.
But it's a 4 weeks
no,
wages.
it's not. It's
Yeah.
1.5.
It's not. It's
But it doesn't matter. They need it, Melvin. So it's all right. You say you know they're not having it. If the courts are asking for it. In a minute we'll get sausage rolls. Come on, sweetheart. Well, the quicker we get it, Alex, the quicker Mummy gets all this done, the quicker we can get what we want. I know I said I'd get you a sausage roll and I'll get you something in a minute. Yeah, you've just got to be good this morning, sweetheart. I know it's boring. I'd rather be anywhere but here, but we've got to do it. Do you want to phone Gavin to check that we've got the right stuff?
Got no credit. Out the way, Jack.
Get one out of you.
No, out the way, I said. Out the way, I said.
Alex, please let Mummy fill the form in. No, Alex.
Alex, you come here.
Talk to me. Melvin, which of these do I tick?
Right.
What's he just done?
You just slapped Alex.
Right, take him up to his room while
Go
we're
on,
doing
off
this.
you go to your room now. Don't answer back. All you have to do is do as you're told.
Please read pages 9 and 10 of the booklet for more information on how to complete this section, yeah? So I then goes over here, yeah? So let me find where I read it.
We fill the form in then.
Yeah, fill the form in. Melvin, what are you doing?
I'm sitting at the pissing table.
Stress. That's the look of stress, you know. Stress. Fucking hell. Look at
You
she
lot
just.
wipe the tables down after you. And rinse the dishcloths out. Gross annual income. How can you do that when you're on income on your own what's it? It don't make sense.
That's why I was trying to get you
Well, it
to
doesn't
help me.
make
That's
sense.
why I was getting frustrated, Melvin, because I'm not very good at forms in the first place, am I?
What's full remission based on gross annual
Look,
income?
it says to me here, right, none of these go to section 4, which is what I did, look. Any other income, blah, 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 goes to section 6 now. We haven't got to fill that in because you've just given that, haven't you? And then that's just,
I
I've got
haven't
to
given
sign.
anything.
Look, let me explain it. Melvin, don't shout at me.
He's like a fucking. Fam, man, forget a fucking grip, blood. Like that's the worst behavior I see. I rather see a man get angry rather than. No, I rather see a man lose his temper and get angry. Yeah, you know, exercising self-control, whatever, innit? Yeah, but I'd rather see a man get angry and not exercise self-control than act like that. Let me peel it back one sec. He's a bitch.
We haven't got to fill that in because you've just given
Poor
that.
CO blood.
And then that's just,
I
I've got
haven't
to
given
sign.
anything.
Look, let me explain it. Melvin, don't shout at me because you
I
shout.
tell you what, in a bit I'm just going to walk out and you can just fucking do it all on your own. It's all a load of fucking shit.
Bitch ass.
I'll do it on my own, Melly. I know.
One person is declared bankrupt in the UK every 5 minutes.
It's all done. No more queues. No more forms. No more CAB. Though I may go back for something else. That bit's done. It's done. It's completed. It's absolutely done.
That is that. You see that there?
Go back for something
I'm
else.
not convinced.
That bit's done. It's done. It's completed. It's absolutely done.
That is not that's not a real smile of happiness. That is a fake smile. That is I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like it's fake. I don't feel like she's really happy.
But I've got my certificate. Do you want to see my certificate?
How can you? Come on, logically, how can you be happy that you've been declared bankrupt? It's bullshit.
I am now a bankruptee. Bloody heck. I feel like I can breathe again. Literally, you know. Literally, take a deep breath. I feel I could really do that.
Michael is also celebrating his new status as a bankruptee.
I can't buy any of your drinks. Thank Christ. 1 pint in 18 months. Not bad. Because I won't get another one now for about another 2 years.
The official measure of inflation has risen to its highest level since it was formulated more than 10 years ago, forcing the Bank of England to write a letter of explanation to the Chancellor.
We're collecting a car that this lady has voluntarily surrendered to the finance company. We're doing it all day, every day, 7 days a week. A lot of people can't meet their payments at the moment.
Well, that's the failed one.
Oh, has it failed then?
Well, this is, yeah, it's failed.
Right, so it currently hasn't got an MOT?
Basically.
Oh, good job we're putting it on the truck then, isn't it?
Get out there as soon as possible. My neighbour's going to work.
Yeah.
See, this is how you know, yeah, people got debt on their mind and embarrassment on their mind. How does your neighbours not know that there's something not wrong with the car? How does your neighbours not know that that car is not being towed away or whatever, put on the back of the truck to be taken to be repaired and that? They don't know. See what I mean? This is what I mean, yeah? When you got... See? Anyway.
Yeah, I think we've got about 8 to pick up today.
That fucking stupid look she's got on her face. Right, they took both cars off them. Or maybe just one. Maybe that was another car from somewhere else, but I doubt it. Why would their car be at the front? But anyway.
Good morning. Yes.
Now she's bankrupt, all Maria's finances are controlled by a so-called official receiver. Today, he's calling her for the first time and wants to know more about money she gave to her mother and sister, repaying a loan for her council tax.
My mum, I think that was £2,000.
These payments may be considered what's called a preferential payment. What that means is that payments are being repaid when other creditors haven't.
Okay. They were paid last year, though?
Yes. This generally goes back about 2 years or so. What I need to do is get their details, and potentially we may have to try and recover those funds back. So,
really? From my family members?
yes. I'm just letting you know about that now. Would you be able to give me a name and address for you?
Oh, look at that. Look at her face. Look at the look in her eyes. So basically, what's happened is she's been paying back her mum for, I think her mum must have paid off the council tax for her. So she's been paying back her mum when she should have been paying back creditors. So they mentioned the word preferential payments or something like that, which means she is going out of her way to pay off what she wants to pay back. So imagine you, the viewer, you owe all these different companies, credit card companies, some travel agency money for a holiday or whatever. But you're deciding not to pay back for that holiday or that credit card bill. You're deciding, you know, I'm going to pay my brethren this £1,000 he lent me to buy a fucking car a long time ago, whatever, in it, yeah? So instead of paying back your creditors, the official companies and that, you've decided, you know, I'm not going to pay them back, but I'm going to pay back my friend. There's a fucking problem with that. Look at that look in her eyes. Let me peel that back one sec.
To get their details, and potentially we may have to try and recover those funds back. So,
Really? From my family members?
yes. I'm just letting you know about that now. Would you be able to give me a name and address for your mother and sister?
Oh.
Wow. That makes me feel really quite ill.
But hold on a minute. A couple of minutes ago, she was like, oh, yeah, I'm officially bankrupt. I'm a bankruptee, making jokes about it. Boy, I don't see her laughing and smiling now.
You borrowed some money over a period of time from someone, and then you pay them back, and somebody else says, you can't have that. We've got to have that back off you. Now, how are they going to pay that? Mother's a pensioner.
So now, like I said, she was paying back her mum the money that her mum paid off for the council tax and that. So now, that guy or those people from that organisation are going to try and recover those funds. So they're going to go to the mum, the recipient, and try and get back the money from her. So like I said, you, the viewer in the scenario, you owe a travel agent or some credit card company some money and that, but you decide not to pay back the credit card company. You decide to pay back your friend £1,000 for the car that he loaned you some money for a couple of years ago. Well, if you tell them, yeah, I paid back my friend £1,000, they will go to your friend to try and get back that £1,000, you know. Mad.
No, that's hit me really hard, actually.
Yeah?
That frightened me.
Licked you in your face, blood.
I never thought for a second it would draw in my mother and my sister. No, I didn't think that at all.
There's something wrong here.
Michael is also finding that bankruptcy is not the simple solution he was hoping for.
I have no idea what the hell's going on. I've still got that bunch of bills. I'm still being threatened. I'm still getting more charges. The bankruptcy doesn't seem to have happened at all. All the people that I owed money to before, that I went bankrupt with, are still claiming it.
Like, I think these people think that, it's just a clean slate, fresh start when you become bankrupt. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs, but it don't seem like that to me. And I just clocked. You see me, I pay attention to detail and I think to myself, how old is this program? Now, I saw some old Citroen car driving around and that. And I thought to myself, oh, that car looks really old and that. But again, this woman, the black woman, I think she had a Citroen as well. That car was like a 2004, but people drive old cars. But if you can see, the guy's got a T-Mobile bank statement. T-Mobile is fucking old, yeah? I don't know when T-Mobile was last in operation and that, but I know this video must be about 6-7 years old or something like that. So it just gives you a little bit of a time frame.
I've sent you some letters with a load of bills in, but I don't know who's dealing with me. I've never heard from you, and I've got it. That's him.
Right, okay, how can I help you?
I don't know, because I don't know what's going on. They're taking £84 a month, and I never agreed that.
If they charged that interest before the bankruptcy date, then you're not liable to pay for it. But if these charges are incurred after the bankruptcy date, then you would have to pay for it.
It's just getting dafter and dafter. I'm in as bad a state now as I was when we started off. We felt elated before. It's all gone. All the problems have gone. It bloody happens.
Worst of all is a bill from the Inland Revenue relating to the time when Michael was employing Maggie as his carer.
They say I haven't paid £5,000 towards Maggie's tax. Well, it's a load of cobblers if you ask me, because I've never known the tax take a year to tell you. But the only trouble is, we never claimed it at the bankruptcy. It didn't go in. So we may have to do another bankruptcy just for the tax man. I said to somebody the other day, I've ordered some flowers for my garden, 20 odd quid. You could have paid a bill with that. I said, yeah. And I could sit in here with the windows blacked out, no electric, no gas, and freeze to death. At least when I've got my flowers out there, I can sit and look at them.
Still sit out here, not quite the same.
Almost 2 months have passed since Tracy and Melvin's last court hearing. The sale still hasn't gone through, and the local authority has not found them a council house, so the family is living day by day.
You just wonder what's going to become of us all.
I've got about £70 left in my bank, £20 in my wallet now, so I've got about £90.
Well, it's the not knowing where we're going to be or where we're going to go, and once we move, will all of this stress suddenly go? You can never see the end to it, can you?
I went to get some money out this morning, and it kept my card.
I thought we'd be in somewhere by now, and then when we couldn't privately rent, that was that.
Well,
you got money for cigarettes, though?
I'm not living in limbo. It's like getting a job back.
It's like living in limbo. Like, the guy's so fucking stupid. Just a dickhead.
You get a job, you don't even know where you're going to be next week.
How come it's all been messed up?
What do you mean messed up?
Everything's just been messed up.
What do you mean?
That we're going to be homeless.
What, how we become homeless? Because we can't afford to live here, Brett. When Melvin lost his job...
It's our house.
No, we have to pay a mortgage. We couldn't afford to pay the mortgage, so we run behind on it. So now we haven't got anywhere to live because we can't live here because they're taking the house back off us because we didn't pay enough money to them. You know?
If they take our house,
yeah,
then can they take stuff as well?
No, we've got to find somewhere to put it all. Can you see why me and Melvin are a bit on the edge and why your behaviour doesn't help?
What?
Why your behaviour doesn't help, because we're on the edge about where we're all going to be living.
Maria's official receiver did pursue her mother and sister for money he believed should have been included in her bankruptcy. But after 4 months of investigation, he's accepted that they need not make any repayments.
And I had to show them what I get, what my monthly income was.
Just felt really intrusive and really ugly.
Yeah.
And I felt so guilty.
Yeah.
I felt so guilty. I just thought, how are we going to get out of this one?
But up to the last minute, I thought it was the wrong thing.
Did you, Mum?
Yeah, I just thought, deep down, it's not for us.
I thought it was like magic. I thought once you filed, I thought it did all go away.
Mm-hmm.
But then the bills came in for months and months and months and months and months and months and months.
All of those were your responsibility.
But I do feel there is a level of guilt. It's not guilt that I think about every day or every month,
No,
I must admit.
but
Not
it's
now
there.
things have calmed down.
It's there. My guilt is that I was unable to help you.
Oh, you don't feel guilty about it?
It's not your job. Your daughter is a fucking big ras clot, grown ass woman. Yeah, she can help her blood clot self.
Do you? Do you really?
Yeah.
No.
You think, if only I could have Helped her.
You'd have needed 30 grand to do it. You helped a great deal, Mum. You got nothing to feel guilty for. No.
It's December, and Tracy and Melvin still haven't found anywhere else to live.
Does that bit go there?
7 months on from their first court appearance in May, the constant uncertainty has taken its toll on Tracy.
I've took the tablets that the doctor gave me, but it don't take the thoughts out your head. Just no to that. And that's the hard part, trying to keep happy and a nice brave face on it for the rest of them, and then inside you're thinking, this is a complete mess. I've let them down. And having to tell the children no all the time. They don't understand it. It's because we haven't got the money to do it. They seem to take it personally. That's another hard thing. Explaining to the children.
How can I put that there?
The eviction date is now January the 13th, but that is final. We can't appeal against that anymore. So we just need to get a house, really. Which is hard. If you'd have told me 2 years ago that I would be a homeless person, I'd have never believed you.
Oh.
No.
No.
They make it so easy for you to get into debt. Like, the banks give you a loan, they're telling you you can afford it, and you think, oh, well, if they say I can afford it.
That's such a waste, man. Seeing you can afford it. For like pulling out them fucking hoop earrings. The fuck, man? Man need to get a grip on his Ross Clark life, man.
Just rubbing their hands, all the interest you're going to get.
If we'd got some proper advice earlier on, it probably wouldn't have got this bad. But we just didn't know what to do. I mean, in them circumstances, you don't even talk to your friends or family about it. You just, at first, it's very embarrassing, but as time goes on, you think, well, we're not the only ones, are we? So, but there is a stigma to it, isn't there? But I think that stigma might be going a little bit now, because sooner or later there's going to be lots and lots of people.
Fuck them, worry about yourself, blood. See, certain people out here are happy to be in debt or happy to be in a shit financial situation because they think to themselves, well, I'm not the only person. I'm not the only person that's going through it, so it's alright. Nah, fuck everybody else. Man, don't live my life for other people. I don't live my life on other people's standards and terms and conditions, blood. I don't give a fuck if other people are doing well or doing shit. I need to be doing well, yeah?
It's going to be tough, babe. It's one step at a time at the moment. It's not one day at a time anymore. I've left that one behind, but I'll get back there. I will get back there. Slowly but surely. No, nothing is, nothing's forever. This is my learning curve. And I'm on it. Understand it, respect it. We'll just keep on keeping on, but just one step.
What do you reckon? Do you think she should start an OnlyFans account? Do you think she'll make a lot of money on OnlyFans? Do you think people will pay her to see her toes and that? I don't know.
At a time.
Let me know in the comment section.
Take your credit cards, all of them, and just chop them in half. Because your biggest problem is you get so far behind, you think I'll just pay that 1 month by credit. And you pay you. And once you start that, you've had it.
It's the beginning of the end once you start using credit cards and that for the wrong reasons.
You just need to get help before it gets into a mess like we did. Just swallow your pride. Pride's cost us a very lot.
Right, it said the family is now homeless, you know. Alright, that's it. Respect if you made it to the end. Stay was done, no.